Hello, and welcome to Monday Morning Detective, the podcast. I'm your host, Gino Scala. This is episode 35, and it's a very sad incident that occurred late last year, and it involved Debbie Collier, the Georgia real estate agent, who was found 80%, who was found dead with 80% of her body burned. Um, and her recent autopsy report reveals that even though it was investigated mostly as a homicide, it's now been ruled a suicide. So let's talk about the facts of the case. She was a Miss Collier was a doting mother of two adult children. She was reported missing on September 10th of last year after her daughter Amanda received a Venmo payment of $2,385 with a chilling message saying, "They are not going to let me go. Love you." She was found the next day in the woods with 80% of her body burned beyond recognition, mostly her head and scalp face area. So it was being investigated for months as a homicide before the autopsy results revealed to the investigators that it was most likely a suicide. So, without getting too bogged down in the details of the autopsy, because other than the burns, which she was died as a result of inhalation of superheated gases, she also had hydrocodone intoxication, but she was known to take hydrocodone prescribed by a doctor because of a back injury. The autopsy also revealed that she did not have any soot in her airways, which usually indicates that the person was dead before being set on fire. So this was not addressed. I'm not an expert in that. Maybe there are times when that doesn't happen, but they speculate that it was a sudden, intense flash fire as a melted gas can was found nearby. So um, she was also found on the downhill slide of a ravine, gripping a tree, and that's how she was found dead. Okay, they traced her through her radio, her car, Sirius XM radio satellite, and located the car, and then searched the woods and found the body. So this much we know. She contacts Amanda, sends her $2,385 with that chilling message: "They're not going to let me go. Love you." Prior to dying, she was at a Family Dollar store buying a camping lighter, a tarp, a tote to carry these items, uh, some sort of canister, and a few other camping type supplies. Um, it's possible she wanted to make it look like she was out camping. Now, with the hydrocodone intoxication, I don't know what the side effects are to something like that. Whether or not a break from reality is possible, I assume it is. Maybe when she sent the Venmo payment, she was having a break from reality, saying they are not going to let me go. Maybe she felt that she was under mind control or Satan or something along those lines. But the neighbors, when interviewed, indicated that prior to her missing, a few days prior to her missing, there was commotion and a loud fight at her residence. And this fight involved the daughter Amanda and her new boyfriend, a MMA fighter. No more details are available on that. So um, this is a tough one. Do you believe that she had a break from reality and killed herself? The evidence is there, pouring gasoline on her head and face, then lighting the torch, and the fumes sets it afire without her really being ready. That's why 80% of the burns came in the upper part of her body. She was naked, which indicates that she may have been pulling off burning clothes. But isn't it possible that this daughter and the boyfriend perhaps kidnapped her, forced her to buy these items at the family dollar store while she was under hydrocodone intoxication, and then took her out in the woods and forced her to send money via Venmo and then killed her? Or the boyfriend doing it himself, since there's no personal time? Maybe the daughter had nothing to do with it. I'm going to have to assume they investigated it from that angle, but I'd like to know what your theories are. This is a tough one. I'm not going to sit back and accept the fact that it was just ruled a suicide without these other questions answered. And maybe they're not answerable yet, but they will be. But this is an interesting one, and I will be staying on top of it. So if you have any theories or if any comments at all, in go ahead and post them on the thread. And this will conclude episode 35 of Monday Morning Detective. And we'll talk to you next time. Have a good day.